Greetings. Today we continue Daniel's explanation of truth, and we begin part 2, and this will be section 1, concerns Daniel chapter 11 verses 5 through 14. Daniel 11:5 says, "And the king of the south shall be strong, and one of his princes, and he shall be strong above him and have dominion. His dominion shall be a great dominion. And the end of years they shall join themselves together. For the king's daughter of the south shall come to the king of the north to make an agreement. But she shall not retain the power of the arm, neither shall he stand nor his arm. But she shall be given up, and they that brought her, and he that begat her, and he that strengthened her in these times. But out of a branch of her roots shall stand up one in his estate, which shall come with an army, and shall enter into the fortress of the king of the north, and deal against them, and shall prevail. And shall also carry captives into Egypt their gods, with their princes, and with their precious vessels of silver and of gold, and he shall continue more years than the king of the north. So the king of the south shall come into his kingdom and return into his own land. But his son shall be stirred up and shall assemble a multitude of great forces, and one shall certainly come and overflow and pass through. Then shall he return and be stirred up even to his fortress. And the king of the south shall be moved with choler or anger, and shall come forth and fight with him, even with the king of the north. And he shall set forth a great multitude. But the multitude shall be given into his hand, and when he hath taken away the multitude, his heart shall be lifted up, and he shall cast down many 10,000s, but he shall not be strengthened by it. For the king of the north shall return, and shall set forth a multitude greater than the former, and shall certainly come after certain years with a great army and with much riches. And in those times there shall stand many up against the king of the south. Also the robbers of thy people shall exalt themselves to establish the vision, but they shall fall." Daniel used the perfect tense often, as would be expected in the expression of prophecy. Much of what was future at the time of Daniel's inspired writing has now been fulfilled, but not all of it. As we proceed through Daniel 11, we will make such reference to those things which have already been fulfilled, and they are essential to our understanding of what also it is foreshadowing, and of what remains to be fulfilled. Also, we must understand that what the scriptures are silent as to actual dates and names which relate to these fulfilled prophecies, then we must look to secular history for this information. And let me mention that a lack of firm verification of historical data will give us an indication that a thing is not yet fulfilled. So verse 5, it says, "In the king of the south direction he shall strengthen, and one of his particular rulers he shall strengthen against him, and he shall rule a great domain by his authoritative power." Focus turns to the 4 divisions into 2 prominent ones. After Alexander's death, the south, the Ptolemy of Egypt, is named in verses 8 and again in verse 42. In the north, we have reference to Seleucus of Syria. Ptolemy had formerly been the commander over Seleucus, and after taking power of their dominions, Seleucus eventually became greater than his former commander. There would be many years and many different rulers in these 2 domains as the interaction spoken of in the following verses transpire.